Hello Digimon fans! I am back. So remember in the last video when I talked about the local Singaporean meta? Yep, there was this deck build called the Lilith Loop, which is an original Singaporean deck. Yep, so are you interested to know how it works? Well, I actually put together that deck and gave it some runs, and gosh, it was fun! So, in this video, we will talk about how to build a Lilith Loop deck. Despite this deck being called the Lilith Loop, its main attacker isn't Lilithmon. Zwart takes the center stage in this deck. Yep, basically your main target is to build up to Omegamon Zwart. Then, where does Lilithmon come in? Well, easy. It is used as the main engine in the loop. Lilithmon allows you to take 2 purple option cards from your trash when you digivolve into it. Furthermore, when you use an option card, you gain 2 memory. In the past, people have used it with Digimon like Metal to use options for free and gain 2 memory. However, there is no need for Metal in this deck, because BT4 brought us a zero cost promo in the form of Jack Raid. Jack Raid allows you to gain a memory for every 10 cards in your trash. So if you use it with Lilithmon, you can gain at least 3 memory at once. Put these together and you got yourself the basis for the Lilith Loop. So here's the thing, if your opponent leaves you at 1 memory, you can use 2 Jack Raids to increase it to 3, giving you enough memory to digivolve into Lilithmon without passing the turn, and grab back those 2 Jack Raids you have used in the process. You can then use at least 1 Jack Raid to gain up to 3 memory thanks to Lilithmon's once per turn effect. After that, you can use Fuse into the Ultimate Dragon to digivolve into Omegamon Zwart. And from its effect, you trash 3 cards from the top of your deck, then play 2 Digimon with 8 or less cost for free! Also, since using Jack Raid before digivolving into Zwart gives you at least 3 memory, it will put you in the position of digivolving one of your revived level 5s into Lilithmon, then being able to pull out the Jack Raids you used again. What if you don't have Lilithmon? No problem. Just attack with Zwart, return the Lilithmon under it into your hand, and hey presto, you got another Lilithmon! Haha! So if you have more Fuse into the Ultimate Dragon and Zwarts in your hand, you just repeat the process again. Pretty cool, huh? Now that you've understood the concept of Lilith Loop, let's look at what other cards can go with it. As the combo requires quite a few cards, this deck is usually more effective late game. However, the more cards you draw, the higher the chance of you setting up your loop engine earlier. Therefore, you need to maximize your draw power. This is also why tamers like Takumi Aiba is pretty important in this deck. I don't normally use tamers, but due to it giving me more draw power and only cost 2 memory to play, I don't mind having it at 4 for consistency. Plus, you also need to have it in the battle area to be able to use Fuse into the Ultimate Dragon. Other than drawing cards, you also need to mill. As for Lilithmon and Jack Raid to work, you need 10 or more cards in your trash. Thankfully, Purple has quite a few cards for the job. BT3 Puchimeramon, BT2 Gabumon, SD6 Gabumon, and BT4 Labramon are a few cards which allow you to draw cards and trash your cards at the same time. Lady Devimon is also a good card to use, as when you digivolve into it, you draw 2 cards and trash 2 as well, building your trash even faster. You can also build your trash via BT5 Megalogramon's Digiburst effect. To maximize the use of BT3 Puchimeramon and BT2 Gabumon, you can use Meramon, a 5000 DP level 4. I found poking the security with Meramon pretty helpful here, especially in early game. I mean, if it dies to a security check, you get 3 draws and 5 extra cards in your trash while your opponent is 1 security worse off. If it doesn't die, which happens occasionally, you get to swing into the security again in the next turn. Other than Meramon, it's good to put in some blockers. So that's where Evomon and SD6 Devimon come in. Well, since there are 2 blockers, should we put more Devimon or Evomon? Actually, it depends. On the surface, it might look like a no-brainer. I mean, a blocker with 1 cost? Who wouldn't go for that? You can use it to block and ramp. However, the drawback is that it only has 5000 DP. That's where Evomon has the upper hand. Its 6000 DP causes Shoutmon decks to not be able to delete it via its Van Digivolving effect. The Pigmon and Nightmon combo from Lord Nightmon decks would also not be able to delete it as well. Plus, by calling 2 Evomon out with Zwart means your opponent has to have a Digimon that is higher than 6000 DP in order to attack and survive. Well, just gotta pick what benefits you more, I guess. Speaking about playing other Digimon using Zwart, Chimeramon is a great card to abuse Zwart's effect. Unlike most effects which play cards from the trash such as PMon, Chaos Dukemon, and Megalogrammon, cards which are played from the trash using Zwart can activate their on-play effects. Hence, you can actually play Chimeramon from your trash for board control. I occasionally use it to delete Zwart as well, so I can gain the draws from BT2 Gabumon and BT3 Puchimeramon instead of having them all trash when it returns to the bottom of my deck because of Fuse of the Ultimate Dragon. However, there are times when you might want to return Zwart to the bottom of your deck instead, as due to the high draw power of this deck, you are quite prone to decking out. Another good victim to sacrifice for Chimeramon's effect is BT5 Growlmon. With an on-deletion effect which gains you memory, calling it out together with Chimeramon, then deleting it with Chimeramon's on-play effect is an instant memory boost. Now, ain't that pretty cool, right? Now that we're done with almost the whole deck, we sorta left out one thing, Lilithmon's sidekick. The standard secondary mega would be Chaos Dukemon. Even though Chaos Dukemon requires 4 memory, it can be pretty helpful for early game bot control. Digivolving into Chaos Dukemon would allow you to sacrifice one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. And that would trigger its second effect, which allows you to play a level 3 Digimon from your trash. Other than Chaos Dukemon, Anubismon is also a worthy mention, as it allows Digimon caught out by Zwart to attack that turn. Dandevimon is a good secondary mega as well. However, to go this route, you'd actually have to play the first anniversary promo Pico Devimon and maximize the number of Devimon in your deck, such as using 4 SD6 Devimon and putting vanilla Pico Devimon in as well. All said and done, here is a cookie cutter Lilith Loop deck list that you can try out. In this deck, I added 2 Gazimon, which can come into handy when facing decks which utilize Hammer Spark and mirror Lilith Loops. I also have Xiaomon as my 5th Digitama because it has come in handy at times when I have to remove some big stuff from my board. 2 cost level 5s like Vamdemon and Deathmeramon are also worth considering. Although you might not want to have more than 2, as the other 3 level 5s have a better impact than them. Some people also actually use a Taichi Yamato to go with 3 Takumi Aiba for their tamers, as it gives Zwart an extra security check. With BT6 right around the corner, are there any cards which can help this deck? Well, seems like the card with the best potential is Ginkakumon Promote. Calling 2 of them out with Zwart would allow you to rush with them without even needing Anubismon. There's also Impmon, a 7 Great Demon Lord support, which coincidentally includes Lilithmon. Glaive Memory Boost might also have its use, although it might have to take up the slots used by Jackraid, since it's an option. Last of all, Skullgreymon does have potential to be part of this deck, as you would be trashing a lot of cards. And by trashing it, you can stick it under one of your Digimon, giving it retaliation. So, what do you think about the Lilith Loop? Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I had quite a lot of fun playtesting with it, especially when it comes to looping sequence. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yep. So, build the deck, give it a try. Yes, you got to give it a try, and let me know in the comments how you liked it, or whether there were some complications which you faced, or if you have your own personal spin to it. Yeah, just let me know in the comments how you were doing in it. And That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, see ya!